Good morning. It is 7:29 a.m. on Monday, April 6th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Uh, so, Rocket is romping around, although he's being a very good boy. We are so close to being able to go all the way overnight without having to get up and go outside. Probably he could make it if if I pushed it a little bit. Like, I think that he could do it, but I don't think there's any particular reason to, to force him to be uncomfortable. But we're definitely, we've long been down to only having to get up once per night, but we're increasingly at the stage where he can go almost a full night's sleep for me without needing to go outside, which would be great. He's continuing to be very sweet, and let's see. I'm sorry I don't have the picture-in-picture today, but so life is proceeding, in its best approximation of normal. I went to a virtual birthday party yesterday, which involved a lot of people visiting each other's Animal Crossing islands, and it was really pretty cool, actually. One of the things that was cool about it was that this was a birthday party that, had it not been virtual, I wouldn't have been able to go because it's not in my area. So I got to see virtually some people that I actually haven't seen in a really long time, and so that was cool, and it was a good time. And Animal Crossing is a silly game to be running around in each other's islands and just see, like, hey, what cool stuff do you got? And here we all give him a bunch of Animal Crossing presents in game. It's very silly. So that happened. I've been watching a lot of TV and video games and that sort of thing. So yesterday I put on a couple of episodes of the new Netflix documentary that everyone's talking about, which is Tiger King. And what I will say about it is it's clearly very well made, and it's got a very interesting subject, which is kind of focusing on people who kind of collect and own private, zoos as, with big cats. I probably don't need me to tell you what Tiger King is about. But, oh boy, though. It's well made, and it's got this sort of train wreck fascination quality to it. But, just watching a couple of episodes of that, I just felt kind of, like, somehow made me feel sticky through the television set. So yeah, I didn't watch any more of that last night. I might go back to it, but I just feel like I have to be kind of in the right mood for that, and I wasn't in the right mood for it yesterday. So what I switched over to was Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I continue to just adore, like, in terms of a show that just sort of makes me feel good, and it's easy, and I can just consume it like ice cream, without calories. It's a good show. I like it. Oh, little dog. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. You see, his rawhide thing got pushed under the little enclosure fence, and he needed my assistance. But he's a very good boy. He's so good. Here, I'll put on the picture after all. Mm-hmm. Hello, little boy. How are you doing today? Are you being a very good boy? Yeah? You are a good boy. Here, I will give you one of these because you're such a good boy. Greenie treat. Yeah, so things are going okay here. I'm having to look ahead to next week because this week I'm working from home again, but next week I'm going to have to go in and I'll have a lot of stuff to do at work. So I'm going to talk with my neighbor about maybe being able to come in and take him out over lunch if I'm not able to come back home over lunch. We'll have to see, but I mean, that'll all be fine. I'm not worried about it. Just trying to plan ahead to make sure, I don't, I'm able to shift gears back into that mode. But in any case, I hope that, if you're listening to me out there, I hope that you're doing okay with everything going on. And frankly, it's okay if you're not, because this is some crazy stuff. This is not a normal situation. Um, so, cut yourself some slack if you're having a hard time. But also, make sure you're doing things to take care of yourself. And if you are doing fine, that's fantastic. That's great. But, look around you for the people who might not be, who might be struggling. So, we got to take care of each other. It's important. And, we've got another while of this. We're not done yet, for sure. So, keep each other strong out there, and I'll talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.